Hello, my friends of Com International all over the world. This time I send my greetings to you out of my office here in Switzerland because I'm not able to travel because of the corona crisis. But very often I read your reports and I am with you with my thoughts, reading very sad news but also very positive news. As example, I read some of you use a lot of time together with your mentors to help other people in the countryside to distribute food to them. Or I hear a story, somebody started a new business, like a fish farm beside an existing chicken farm. These are the good news. Unfortunately, I also have to read about very sad news. I read about bankruptcies, even belong our Com International partners. Or I read about sickness with coronavirus, even be inside our partners. Or I even read about people who died during this crisis because of corona. These are very sad news. I remember a story in my life. Actually, it was nearly 40 years ago when Maria and me had our marriage. At that time, both of us, we were youth leaders. And on our marriage, in the church, one of the boys read a part of out of the Holy Scripture. He was reading these verses. There is a time for everything that is done in earth. There is a time to be born, and there is a time to die. There is a time to plant, and there is a time to pull up what is planted. There is a time to kill, and there is a time to heal. There is a time to tear down, and there is a time to build up. There is a time to cry, and there is a time to laugh. There is a time to be sad, and there's a time to dance. There is a time to scatter stones, and there is a time to gather them. There is a time to hug, and there is a time not to hug. There is a time to search, and there is a time to stop searching. There is a time to keep, and there is a time to throw away. There is a time to tear, and there is a time to mend. There is a time to be silent, and there is a time to speak. There is a time to love, and there is a time to hate. There is a time for war, and there is a time for peace. These are very deep words, and I'm sure this young boy, he didn't really understand what he was reading here. But neither Maria and me, probably, we didn't really understand. It was just a wedding. But now, 40 years later, step by step, I start to understand what it could mean. It's clear. Everything has its time. And we have to go through these times. But what is the most important? In all the crises I already had in my life, I realized a very important lesson. In all these crises, I was never alone. God always was very close to me. And I think this is helpful for all of us to know crisis belongs to our life, but it depends how are we going to overcome them. I heard a saying of Josh Groban, a famous singer. He was talking about suffering. He was talking about his crisis in his life. And he said, you know, what is worse than suffering? suffering alone. And I think he's right. Yes, to suffer, this is part of our life. But if we have to suffer alone, this is much worse. And you see, this is the idea of Com International. We are a family, a big family, with members all over the world. We want to help each other because we know we need each other. And even in times of crisis, we are here. But also after the crisis, in good times, we are here. And I'm very much looking forward to visit you again, hopefully very soon, to eat with you, to laugh with you, to learn together for the next steps. Because one thing is clear, the next crisis will come. And in every crisis, we could grow to be better prepared for the next crisis. But what is important? Help each other, to be a family. Bye bye, hope to see you soon.